This is why we're here. This is why. We're here so we can continue fighting to make sure that we have a cure for every single kid. And tonight, before we head over to the candlelight vigil, we're going to have a really special presentation. This presentation is for a man that has gone above and beyond anyone else in the history on that Capitol Hill. And he actually does this in honor and in memory of his best friend that he lost in the 4th grade to cancer. And I'd love for Sadie to share a little bit about their story.
That was amazing. I am so honored to present a very important award to a very important person. 3 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting a champion for childhood cancer. I walked in and started lobbying, and I walked out with a best friend for life. Not only does he protect the world with being the chairman of Homeland Security, but he fights for childhood cancer. And he has helped pass so many acts for childhood cancer. The Creating Hope Act, the Race for Children Act, and just this summer, the STAR Act. He is a true champion for childhood cancer. I'm so honored to call him my friend. Please stand and help me give a huge round of applause to Congressman Michael McCaul.
Wow. What a humbling experience. These golden gloves belong to all of you. You're the champion for the children. And I'm going to take these gloves to Capitol Hill, and we're going to knock out cancer once and for all for our kids. You know, Sadie came into my life as so many other children have, and my best friend in 4th grade died from leukemia. I didn't know what was wrong. He said he was sick and his hair was falling out, and the next thing I knew, I was attending his funeral. And as a young kid, I was determined to try to do something about it. I had no idea that I would be in the Congress, and I'm most proud to not just chair a Homeland Security Committee, but to be the chairman and founder of the Childhood Cancer Caucus. And we've carried this fight for a decade now. And so many of you out there I've gotten to know over the years. And Sadie's so special. The STAR Act was the most comprehensive childhood cancer bill ever passed by the United States Congress. Thanks to all of you out there. And we just found out yesterday that it got fully funded out of the United States Senate. Yeah, and to Danielle out there with St. Baldrick's and the Alliance for Children, thank you for being the leader behind that bill. Survivorship, treatment, access, research. That's what it's all about. And to Nancy Goodman, who helped us pass the RACE Act that brought adult cures into childhood cancer cures. And finally, the Creating Hope Act that has really turned into an instrumental engine for cures for childhood cancer. Because of the Creating Hope Act, we now have a cure for neuroblastoma that's out there. You know, little Rex Ryan in my district at Dell Children's, a cute 3-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid, you know, was bouncing around alive today because of that bill. I mean, so rare in the Congress can you pass legislation and see that kind of impact that saves the lives of children. And that's really what it's all about. That's really what the whole thing is truly about. CAR T. Novartis, just through the priority review voucher. And Nancy, I'm just a vehicle. You're my voices. And I created the Childhood Cancer Caucus to give you a voice. You don't have lobbyists on the Hill, special paid interest groups. You need members of Congress to pay attention. And the best advocates out there are these children behind me. And when we take them onto Capitol Hill, these members can say no to me when I want them to sponsor this legislation. They cannot say no to them. They are the voice. They are your best advocates, and I've seen it time and time again. And then this immunotherapy, the CAR T that will transform the way we treat cancer, to use your own T cells, your immune system, to personalize your cancer and wipe it out within your own body. No longer will chemo be the treatment. Chemo is going to be a thing of the past. We're going to look back. We're going to look back a decade from now and think, how barbaric was that? That we took a World War I chemical agent, derivative of mustard gas, and injected that into our children's body to kill the cancer before it killed them. That's going to be gone. There's a new vision, a new hope out there, and it's going to be personal, individualized medicine that uses your T cell to eradicate this horrible disease. And beyond that, people say, what's next? We're not going to stop, right? We appropriated $39 billion to the NIH. We just appropriated $2 billion more to NIH, which goes to the National Cancer Institute. But less than 4% of that goes to childhood cancer. I think that's wrong. And I say more than 4. More than 4. And we're going to take that fight to the Congress, and we're going to pass that bill too. Because there's no greater asset than our children, and their whole lives are in front of them. And there is no excuse for Congress not to pass that bill. And then finally, as I look at beyond the United States of America, when I talk to the World Health Organization, this is a worldwide global epidemic. And we need to start looking at it in those terms. I think the host talked about the gal from Canada. I look at Africa. I look at Texas Children's Hospital doing all this work in Africa. And you know what? We're going to take this fight not only to the United States and the Congress, but to the world. And our goal, may not happen in my lifetime, but I hope it happens in theirs, is to eradicate this dreaded disease from the face of the planet. Thank you so much.